am Red Cyclone!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is going on, world?
Chilling, Mark. How you doing?
Good.
Hasbro leave you alone?
This week, yes. Not saying next week because San Diego Comic-Con is starting to show stuff. I missed something. I missed out on something, which was the news reporter NECA figures.
I saw it.
I missed out on it. I completely forgot about it.
So it went on sale, or it went on pre-order the same day that it was revealed?
The next day, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I did get to see it. It looked very, very cool. Whose cat is that?
That's April O'Neil.
No, the cat. That's her cat?
Uh,
Because there's a cat at the bottom of the picture, like a little plastic, little toy, obviously.
Yeah, I think it was a cat
remember.
that mutated with her because there was an episode that April got mutated into a cat.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Was that the boss's cat, though, that used to be in his office?
I don't remember.
Okay,
it was. I think it was in season 3 that it happened. I don't remember. I thought it was cool. I was not like I kind of wanted it just to own it, but I was just like, I don't care if I get it or not.
Is that the first Irma figure?
Yes, that's the first way to get Irma is through that pack. But yeah, they announced that there's a lot of things that got announced this week. A lot of like toys been getting revealed, like the Wolverine on the couch.
Yes. That's
bed.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, that one got more. They got a price and everything this week. They announced a bunch of them that coming out. They actually displayed them, showing you them.
I did get to see some X-Men stuff. Yes.
That Ben Reilly I might have to get.
I did not see the Ben Reilly. I saw the Cyclops. She sent it.
They look good. I actually like the X-Force, X Factor Cyclops a lot.
Yeah, that's probably the best version of that costume they've made into a figure. Definitely.
Yeah, so I actually thought that was pretty cool.
I'm still holding out because that's the other Cyclops, the Marvel Legend you showed me that's on sale, is the blue one. You know if there's a red variant? Cause that's the
they have one, older one.
Oh, okay. Probably too late to get it then, is what you trying to tell me?
Probably not. Like, if you do research, I think you could get it under a decent price for it.
Because it's a regular figure. It's not a deluxe figure or anything.
No, it's a regular Marvel Legends. You're talking about his X, the red X on his face and shit?
Yes.
I'll look it up. I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think... It came out maybe... It was before they got the Fox license back, so...
Oh, okay.
It was probably before then, so maybe like about 4 or 5 years ago it came out.
Yeah. It's probably like $300 now.
Nah. I say max maybe 50.
Okay.
I don't think that one goes that crazy high. But we'll see. I'll look it up. I'll check it out if you're looking for that one. If it's under a certain price, I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that got announced. Masters of the Universe started this week. Master Universe Revelations. There was a new Movies That Made Us that started this week too from Netflix. That covers Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Pretty Woman, and I forgot the last movie, Jaws.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there was a lot of cool things. I did watch the Masters in the Universe. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I got to check it out as well. I wanted more. I forgot it was only like 24 minutes standard, half an hour episode. I think it was because it was an hour, right?
I'll say my only disappointment, if shit went like that, it was fast. Like
that's what I'm saying. It felt like a very, very short episode because it was good.
Yeah,
very good, very different. I like the depiction of He-Man, almost like Hulk-ish.
Yeah.
I love Skeletor. Everything about Skeletor. I like how they not just, again, he's voiced by Mark Hamill, which is awesome.
Yeah.
but I also just I like the stuff that he does. Like the physical character of Skeletor in the show, the way he uses his magic is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I liked his character a lot. I liked his presentation a lot too. Like I just liked the way he looked. They kind of changed his look. Everyone was bitching that he didn't have boots on. I was like, whatever.
I saw, but that's apparently an old design for Skeletor because there was an older one. I didn't know that. I don't like it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like them. I like the barbarian boots. Why my skeleton man got feet? That don't make sense.
He got toes and purple.
Shame on him. He got dragon feet.
But I'm actually very interested with how deep they're gonna go into Skeletor down the road, because this is only part 1 of the series. There's gonna be a part 2 not that far down the road too, and it's supposed to be within. I think they said it's gonna be quite a few parts. So they're planning a long run, a pretty decent run.
Yeah, definitely. I thought at first it was gonna start as a series, but the way they're doing it is fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I did enjoy it. I saw some of the complaints, and so I think the complaints doesn't really bother me because I was never a big Masters in the Universe fan.
I don't think Masters of the Universe really deserves a fandom.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the old shows, because you know what? When you go back to the original He-Man cartoon, it was just made to make toys, but it was also, come on, man, you have that much affinity for a man with the stilted PSAs and whatnot. I get he was telling you some good advice, but it doesn't hold up, is what I'm saying about He-Man.
Yeah, and I think the person that wrote the show, Kevin Smith was was part of the writing team, but the person that wrote the show does the current comic book. I think he did and he did more of a mature kind of comic book with the He-Man storylines, and I think that's what's gonna go. That's kind of what the concept of the show is gonna be. Is part of that.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know the backstory of where this is coming from, like what origins, because I'm assuming this is setting up everything itself.
So this is supposed to be, from what Kevin Smith said, this is supposed to be a continuation of the season finale of the last episode of He-Man. So like
which series?
The original series.
Really?
It's supposed to be like an aftermath of that.
Huh. I might have to actually look at the last episode.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
And then he said, honestly, if you actually were a collector of the figures, then a lot of the story arcs that they had in those little comic books that came with the figures, it kind of presents itself a lot into the show.
Now that I have no idea, because I had figures, but way too young, so I couldn't tell you anything.
Yeah. So they said there's a lot of things like that, but also the newer comic that came out a couple of years ago that the DC did, it's going to be more on those comics and just the future of He-Man and stuff like that. I know a lot of people are disappointed because He-Man was, the spoiler alert, he was not in the show a lot. Like, because they're building a storyline, and I saw where the story was going, so I was pretty fine with him not being a part of the show and just building onto it. I think the ending is still questionable to what happened. Like, I don't think he's dead. I don't think he died, and I think he's gonna come back to life. But I think people just are just butthurt about a lot of the things that the story wasn't on the actual He-Man or King Prince Adam and shit like that, which I was fine with. Like, I don't know the world enough to get mad over something. So I just really enjoyed it.
I think it was just dudes hating on a chick because Tila got too much attention.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you watch the episode, you got to see all the characters, and they were presented well because you got to at least know who. There was no point in the episode where I was questioning who are you.
Yeah.
And in terms of these main characters that they were showing me, like in the castle, and them having interactions, and Tila being promoted to Man-at-Arms, and who Man-at-Arms is, and the king and the queen and Prince Adam. Like, I know this. Right. But the thing is, I know this. I didn't have to watch the old He-Man because it told me everything. So I'm ready to go on the journey. Like, this is episode 1. Why is everybody ready to tear it down? That's the thing I don't ever get.
I get that.
So,
it was good.
I felt it was good. So
I thought it was good as well. I really enjoyed it. The voice casting was great. I actually think they got the right people for the voices and everything like that. did play homage to a lot of the old stuff too. So even the opening like cinema, the opening trailer was pretty dope.
Here's my gripe, Merc. I'm mad when he pulled out the sword that the sword literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Literally. No. There was no. Oh well, he's carrying it on a holster on his back. The boy pulled the sword out of his back.
It's a magical sword.
It just.
The sword is stealth. The sword is stealth, and it's on Prince Adam.
No. Yeah, I'll buy it. But yeah, but that's like literally, if there's anything you want to try to be a nag and poke a hole at, that's the only thing, and that just made me laugh more than anything. So again, it was good. I thought it was good.
Yeah, and it was
the animation
nice
quality
animation.
is very good because I think that's the Castlevania team. I think that was.
Yep.
I think they went out of their way to get them.
Yep.
I remember
them.
When Smith was talking about it, he was like, he went out of his way. Like, he wasn't familiar with Castlevania, but he liked the style that he saw.
Yeah.
So.
And it fit. I think it felt really well.
Very good.
They Americanized it more than what Castlevania is.
Yeah. And I know, like, people probably thought, oh, we don't want another anime show. Like, no, it's not anime. It pretty much looks and feels like an American cartoon. So
it actually felt like the animation felt more like the Cartoon Network version that they did back in the day.
That's why I was wondering if the origins to the story were gonna go back to that.
I kind of want to watch that one now.
The only thing I remember from that show is the Skeletor origin, I believe, of his face getting melted off.
And that was good.
Like that's the one clip I remember from that show, and I thought that was cool. But again, I didn't watch the show, so
I'm actually very interested in seeing that one. I never went straight through it. I maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes here and there, so I may have to try to find that show and actually go through it.
Okay,
let's see. Maybe we review it.
Okay,
let's see what we do if we can find it. But yeah, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun show. It was fast. That was my only disappointment, that it went so fast. Like, I watched 1 episode and I was already done. I was like, that's it.
So did they give out the schedule? Is it one a week? Is it like
no? They put the first 5, and then I think you ain't gonna get another 5 until like 2 months from now.
Wait, so the first 5 are already available?
Yeah, everything is up. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Understood.
And they go really fast because they only like half-hour episodes.
Mm-hmm. So I only watched the first one. So.
Yeah. Let's see if part 2. I think it's part 2 got a date. Question part 2. It'll be done. It'll be probably out before the end of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So on Netflix right now, there's only one, or there's more than one?
There's only one.
'Cause I only saw the one.
Yeah, part 1 is only there, so I think part 2 comes out later this year.
Okay, got you. So yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of a wait. Got you.
It's part 1 and then part 2 part 1 of season 1 and part 2 of season 1. So there was a lot of questions too. It left you on a cliffhanger of knowing what the hell was gonna go happen. So I'm very excited and can't wait for part 2.
Yes.
You know what makes you miss though? I miss Voltron.
Voltron?
I missed the Voltron cartoon, the new Voltron cartoon.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that show. I remember them saying that they were gonna do like special movies and shit, and nothing.
Really? Okay.
Who knows? Whatever.
Well, last year was a wash, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So yeah, check out Masters of the Universe Revelations. So far, like every person that I know had like a childhood with He-Man and had a He-Man were fans of, enjoyed the show. Like my friend, shout outs to my friend Santana. He's a big Master of the Universe. He still collects the figures. He still collects he collects the bootleg figures of those too. Like he likes that kind of shit. So like anything that looks like a He-Man figure, he will collect. So he's really big into that. So when he watched it, he loved it. He thought it was a great show, and I was surprised he liked it. So I was like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was again Kevin Smith. I like his writing. I like how he dialects and things like that. So I'm waiting for more. I can't wait for the next part.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
The Capcom fight tournament's been starting.
I
saw.
Yeah, they had the CPT is actually going on. There was a big deal yesterday, but this whole weekend actually. I think today is probably like the end of another another section of the world, because they do like North America, they do Japan, they do Southeast Asia, they've actually been branching because of the online nature. They've been branching to like Egypt and whatnot, people in South Africa. Every once in a while you see some, like it's been crazy. So yeah, cool. That's cool.
I'll definitely check that out when you get a chance.
If you still ain't had no character reveal, man, I'm still mad they haven't shown where the hell is Oro.
Yep.
Like it's been a while, and they said there's supposed to be some update. I hope they don't make people wait until August, because that's like a week away. That sucks.
Yeah.
Damn it. And they're doing good, because also they just reported that Capcom just shipped 4.5 million units of Resident Evil 8, I believe. So
nice.
And then Monster Hunter, I think Monster Hunter Stories actually was doing really well. So they doing real good right now. Now come on with the Street Fighter stuff, please. Please.
Yeah. They'll just be like, hey, guess what? It'll be the end of the month. Like, fuck you.
Oh, they'll just be like, no, we're announcing Resident Evil 9. It's not going to be out for 5 years, but we're announcing it now. Sorry about Street Fighter. What?
Yeah. Resident Evil 9 will be for next year, but the last Capcom characters won't come out until the following.
Exactly. Something like that. Come on, man. What's up, guys?
This game is like 10 years old. So?
Yeah. And they'd be like, so, yep. We're Street Fighter 6. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Ask the first generation how many Street Fighter 2s they had to deal with.
I know. This is like the 5th version of Street Fighter 5. It was like, I think they already have 4, actually.
This is the 5th one.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Season 5, where they at? Come on.
Yep.
Guilty Gear just dropped their character as well. His name is Goldlewis Dickinson, and he's like a sheriff, I believe.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. People kind of think he looks like John Goodman.
Yeah.
With white hair, and he carries a coffin that has it looks like an extraterrestrial in it, because it has Area 51 strapped on the front.
Yeah.
And then in the trailer, a big glowy arm comes out and does stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. And he's gonna actually come out in 2 days.
Nice.
So they showed him last week, and then I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday they put out a gameplay trailer. So the other thing that's interesting about the character is that he does not have traditional inputs for a majority of his moves. He has half circles for all of his swings of the coffin.
Okay.
But they also include from up to down half circle, and then like from down to up half circle, and then from forward to back half. Like, it's a bunch of different and unique ways to use it. But I also think that the trailer is bad because the guy sounds so bored. And then the fact that he has to say the same line over and over again.
Yeah.
In Behemoth Rage, I think it's called, or something, Behemoth something. And he just, every sentence, he starts it with that same line, and he sounds like he couldn't be more, like, just dead inside. So,
like, I need to say something else.
Yeah, like that made me die laughing. Like, you could tell that was not meant to be read in English.
Yeah.
Written down as a list, and they just read it that way. So that's funny, but it's cool. So again, fighting games, characters coming out.
Yeah.
Oro, Street Fighter, what's up? What's good?
They don't care.
What's good? No, they don't care.
They don't care about us.
Just
like,
give me your money.
Yep.
Give me your money.
That's all they want. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. And that's like figure wise, wrestling.
Hella toys, yeah.
Oh my god, the WWE wrestling figures. Oh shit,
they pull out like 200 pictures or something like that. It's ridiculous.
I have a list. I have a list of ones I want.
Okay.
And it's usually like the first in line, like Senso Escobar I want, Swerve Scott I want, Bronson Reed. I might have to get that Roman, the new Universal Champion Roman.
That's good. Yes, sir.
Other than that, like the other ones, like again, like usually if they only this is like their first figure, I like the Ali with the black and white. Mia Yim has a A Reckoning
Oh,
figure.
the Reckoning. Jesus, that's so late though.
You know, it's messed up. Like, where's the other ones? They didn't get a figure, but Reckoning got one and Ali got one.
Where? Yeah, but then like, let's talk about the show. We just did the wrestling battle. Well, where's
Exactly.
she at? Where's she at?
I don't know.
Anyway,
But yeah, they announced, and then they also have that Kickstarter for that 1990 the 90s wrestling ring with the
Yeah.
neon light.
it was very good.
That one's like kind of like the Galactus thing. Like you gotta pay into it, and then if it gets all the way to the goals, then you get extra shit. Like Doink the Clown, the Diesel figure supposed to come with it, things like that.
I saw the trailer for it. I mean, Dunk the Clown surprised the hell out of me. I was like,
Yep.
wow, that's cool.
And they also tested it with Sergeant Slaughter. They had a Mattel exclusive Ultimate Sergeant Slaughter, and that one actually sold pretty well.
All right, nice.
So
nice.
who knows? That Mattel's starting to do that backing thing that Hasbro's been doing.
It's smart.
Yep.
You don't end up wasting time and effort making figures, and then they just what do? They become peg warmers. Is what they
Yep.
call them.
Peg warmers.
No, let's just see what you want.
I like the things that I was looking at is the NECA stuff. They did announce a bunch of new figures coming out down the road. I'm kind of like with the especially with the cartoon turtles. I'm kind of like on the edge. Like as I'm going through these things, as I'm going through the seasons while we're doing the Oz Shell Shock podcast, it makes me it makes me dislike characters more and more.
Okay.
So there's
like-
characters now not on my were in my radar or not on my radar anymore. Like fuck that character.
I got you.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been getting announced. So yeah, NECA has so much shit, and they're trying to take all my money. All my
This
money.
is true.
They want all of it. Other than that, yeah, there's some new stuff coming out soon. You got Titan season 3 coming very soon, and you have more shows coming out. So definitely check everything out. There's a lot of stuff from video games to shows to movies. They're all coming out.
Yes. Yes, sir.
What If is now like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you
I
want
think it's funny. I just saw something I thought was cool. I had to mention. I didn't know that also at that GCW event, Too Cold Scorpio was there.
Yeah.
He had a match, and he did like a
Backflip.
reverse 450 leg drop or something like
Yep.
that. I'm watching the clip now. I must have seen it like 17 times already. It's amazing. No, he
That's-
just does a 360. He's one flip.
55-year-old man doing backflips though.
Crazy.
That's Xavier Woods' rematch.
I see. He's the one that. This is why this is on my feed because of him. So
Yeah.
let's get it happening. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Other than that, that's all I got.
Yes, sir. So we could probably get into this here. Wait a second. Let me see. No. Oh wait, we didn't bring up the Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space.
That's the cool thing that was. EA had an event this past week. We just mentioned Xavier Woods.
Mm-hmm.
He was the host, right?
Yep.
So it's
Did a
cool.
great job.
I did not get to see the event in total. I just know I wanted to see Dead Space, and it's a real thing.
Yeah.
So I can be afraid and not play it again. Probably buy it though.
There you go.
So I have no idea who the team that's remaking it, because it is a complete remake.
Yeah.
The one thing I did see was people crying about, why are you remaking this game? Please shut up. Dead Space is what, like 10 years old, 12 years old, probably older.
Yeah.
Please stop talking.
Yeah.
People, this is the world we live in. Old games on old systems get remade. It just is what it is, and it was a dead IP. When was the
Yeah.
last Dead Space game? It skipped a generation, right? There was no Dead Space last gen. So
Yeah.
either get a remake or play some old. You ain't gonna play it on PC, are you? Because you're probably constant. People complain they probably play on console. So
I think Dead Space is a game that is worth a remaster for.
yeah. So I mean,
Especially
come
the
on.
first one was amazing.
I mean, come on. And you know what? Let's see if they can redo the magic of the first one. And who knows? Maybe it'll be better than the first one. Because at this point, they're probably not going to try to reinvent the wheel because they even have in the trailer the part where it's scrawled on the wall in blood.
Yeah.
Sever their limbs, so we know what the deal's going to be, right?
Yeah.
It's basically the Thing in space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think Dead Space is a good one to get remastered. If you actually go back to the history of when Dead Space came out, it kind of brought horror games back into the fray of things.
Mm-hmm. It made them mainstream again. It was one of the games to make them mainstream again.
Yeah, because that was during the time of Resident Evil 6. And no one really cared for that one.
But it's sold, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Y'all bought it. I didn't buy it.
I didn't buy it.
Y'all bought it. I'll blame y'all for that.
But I will say it did help make it mainstream because Isaac, apparently people were going through. Isaac was a mini mascot, and he was in a lot of different things, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's kind of forgotten. The character himself was just gone because, like, that's the story ended. So, yeah. Why not?
I'm happy for that. It looks
but
good.
I will say, the one thing I do want for any game that gets remade is because of the advancements in technology. Like, to see the gore look the way it can look now is gonna be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just gotta say that. If I was afraid to play the first one, I'm damn sure not gonna be enthused to play this new one by myself. Hell no. Hell. But I want to see what it looked like.
I want to watch someone play.
Yes. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. I will watch somebody play the game. So that's it is what it is.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll buy it and we'll simulcast of something while you're
you play it on Twitch and just watch it, and talk about it. Oh shit! Why his head just pop off like that? What?
There you go. That's something we could do.
Damn. So yes.
Yeah, that space was good. I liked it. I'm happy he's getting remastered.
Okay, good stuff then.
Definitely. So our superhero comic movies of 2 decades leaves us at 1994 with
Yes, sir.
Blankman.
This week it is Blankman, starring let's get this.
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans, excuse me.
His son is
David
in it
Alan
too.
Greer, Robin Givens. A lot of people.
His son was in
Christopher Lawford.
Damon Wayans' son was in it. He was David Alan Greer's character as a kid. In the beginning of the movie,
okay.
And that was his sister too, Kim Williams.
Kim Williams, yes. Lynn Thigpen, also known as the Chief from Carmen Sandiego, R.I.P. John Polito, who I believe played one of our villains in The Rocketeer. So this ties. When we go through these movies, often we will see an actor or actress from another movie we watched. This one was him.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite characters, Jason Alexander as Mr. Stone, the guy in a wheelchair.
You know what's funny? Before you go more into it, he's in our next movie too.
Oh, the last guy, the gangster?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's in The Crow as well.
Okay. Just a lot of people, a lot of the Wayans family. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else that would like just snuck in there that we missed. Tony Cox, the little person.
Yeah.
As Midget Man. Oh my! I forgot about that scene. Midget Man. When he tried to please put down the chair. No, I got it. Oh shit. Yo, that movie. Gay man? What? What was going on, dude? Like, this movie is outrageous. It is outrageous. It's so. Let's see what we got. 1994. Trying to see when did it come out? Because again, IMDb switched themselves up, and it's harder to find the date.
I just had it too. Give me 1 second.
The one thing I have, directed by Mike Bender.
Yeah.
Written by Damon Wayans.
Yep.
He wrote the screenplay, and J.F. Lawson.
All right. So I got the date. It came out August 19th, 1994.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Also, see, it is PG-13 and it is an hour 32.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I again, this movie is bananas. I was telling you, Mark, it reminded me of that era. I mean, this is that era
Yeah.
of. But I have to also give them credit because I was gonna say it reminds me of Ace Ventura. It reminds me of Jim Carrey, but I have to also say it reminds me of Living Color.
Yes,
Living
100%. Because you were just mentioning too that it reminded you of, like, this is the easiest way to do a handicapped man movie.
Handyman movie, yeah. It felt like they tricked us into watching a Handyman movie.
Yeah.
Because you could never get away with making that character. A mentally handicapped superhero in that era. Oh
Yeah.
no.
And this was during the time that Damon Wayans was starting to star in a lot of movies. Like this was Blankman. He had more money right before this. Last Boy Scout before that. Major Pain came out not so long ago after this. Bulletproof came out not so long ago after this. So he was doing his thing.
Yes, sir. That was when, like, a lot, just in general, the Wayans were starting to kick up because then it would roll into the younger brothers.
Yes.
And then they would be all over everything for a good while, and then Scary Movie popped off. So yeah.
Was Living Color still on when this came out?
I would have to check. Scott Steiner does not approve though.
Let's see. No, it just finished. Yeah. Living Color finished May 19th, 1994. So it was right before this movie came out.
I see. Yeah. So, like, it finished just as this came out. So
this was a fun movie. I actually really enjoyed it.
Fun.
I laughed more than I thought I would. I haven't watched this movie in such a long time, so it was just a silly superhero movie. And it played well to it. Like, I actually liked this a little bit more than Meteor. Like, Meteor Man was surprisingly surprising. So, like, what surprised me. So, this one I thought was just better because the character was just a better character.
Yeah, it was just, again, it was over the top funny. It had like that Wayans humor that we are now accustomed to. Tons of, like, just little jokes here and there, little moments that happen, that callbacks galore. I had a ton of, like, inappropriate humor. I said to you earlier, like, almost everything that David Alan Grier's character says to Robin Givens is a HR violation. He would just have been fired immediately.
He got caught talking to his wing.
Oh my, yeah. There's just so many, like, awkward situations. I love how even in the beginning. The funny thing where you see Blankman's genius when they're trying to watch the Batman 66 show.
Yeah.
And then you see Damon Wayans' character go and hook up this elaborate setup just to get the reception. And then he's, like, standing in the bathroom with his foot in the toilet, and that's when they get the best reception. And then he's like, all right, good. And then he starts flushing it. And they're like, yeah, even better. And then they flood the house, and then the grandma finds out, and then she just whoops his ass. But when she whoops his ass, they put the Batman action words on the screen. Like, oh my goodness, it's the humor in this movie is on point.
Yeah.
I have to give it credit for that. Like, this was before, their wacky style. I guess became played out. I don't even know. I wouldn't even really say it became played out, but it became you expect it.
Yeah.
Right. So this was fresh, and it just feels like it's like a mix of the funny with the wholesome.
Yeah,
because it's like it again. It's kind of about representation. It's black superheroes.
Yeah.
Not really a thing that's really was taken seriously at the time. You know what I mean? Again, we just got Meteor Man.
Yeah,
and then you have Blankman, like, what is it, a year later? So
yeah.
It's kind of riding that wave. I'm not sure if they started, like, one after the other, but again, like, it's cool to see that be a thing. But like, I like the direction it took. It took it in a different direction. It's funny. Yeah. Extremely funny. It's silly. Like, that's the other thing. Is so much of this movie is just so silly. The robot. I was surprised at how, like, advanced some of the stuff he was doing. He had the robot able to do for this. Like, they had you believe that he could do Like, dude, the scene where he goes down the stairs, I couldn't stop laughing.
And he had the Sega Genesis on his butt.
Yeah, because that was his his programmer. Like when he turned him on proposal, he took out a different cartridge and put it in.
Yeah.
So like I thought that was cool. He was basically a giant washing machine, actually, with a confetti wig and
he looked like
a Yankee cap.
A Fry Kid from back in the day.
Yeah, he looked. Yes, he did. 100% like a Fry Kid.
His first like action as a superhero when he first made the suit. And he goes and stops the pimp from beating his whole
Yeah.
Slap me around and call me Susan. Okay, Susan.
Okay, Susan. That shit. And he had his trademark scream from In Living Color. Like there was also just like they were. If you were a fan of In Living Color, you realized they were a team on the show for a segment called Men on Film.
Yeah.
And also Damon Wayans played a character named Handyman, which was a handicapped superhero, which was not PC at all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So but again, it brought these things together. I like the origin story for him becoming the villain, where his grandma, the grandma played by the chief, she did not give a shit when the villain showed up.
Yeah,
and they were trying to buy the mayor. And grandma had a mouth on her, and he walked away. He was like, whatever, nice office you got here. And then she goes, and I bet you that thing in your pants is short too. And she's like, she didn't have to say that. Why do you say that, grandma? So she ends up embarrassing the hell out of an actual mobster. Yeah. And he just sends an assassin. And he just ruins their little campaign office. And then the other dude, the I don't know what he was. I don't know what nationality he was. But he just rolls in with a Uzi and just lights them up. And I'm just like, damn. Yeah. That was crazy. They after me too. Careful. I ain't say nothing. It wasn't me. But it's just like, the level of absurdity. How just let's just talk about the villain for a second and how over the top he was hilarious too. Not only like over the top, but he made you laugh too. Like he was straight out like if you watched Batman 66, he was straight out a mobster villain from that show. Yeah. That's exactly what he is. He has like super fucking crazy elaborate schemes that he's planning to blow up shit for no reason. He's like the mad bomber, but he's like a smooth gangster. Yeah. And he's trying to buy off the mayor, and he's just brazen about it, which I also thought was very funny. Yeah. Just like he didn't give a shit that he was inside the campaign office with witnesses and everything. Yeah. It is what it is. And then you get the scene where the mayor's in his office before he finally goes after him for real, and he goes, "Hey, I just want to talk about the things at the airport. Don't worry about them, and don't worry about the witnesses. We'll take care of them." Yeah. And then the mayor goes, "No, I'm gonna have them have you put up for arrest. They have a warrant for your arrest." And he's like, "Oh, so you want trouble, huh?" And then it's just like, you at that point, not knowing how far the movie was gonna go, you just felt like, oh, this is gonna be a typical gangster thing. And then meanwhile, he's got like 50 pieces of C4 in a duffel bag, and he ends up kidnapping the mayor, and they strap him to the safe, and they rob the bank, and he just has this elaborate entrance where he comes in through a hole in the floor after they blew it up, and it was like, this dude's a super villain. Yeah. What is going on? And it's like, I guess you need Blankman, right? Because you need somebody to foil this guy, because you know what? He is actually diabolical. Yeah. Like, that's kind of the funny thing about this movie. And it is like, it's totally unexpected because it wraps, the way it comes together, it's just good. Yeah. It's like, wow, okay. Yeah. I can see why the success of the Wayans as like doing movies, like it lasted for so long. Yeah. It held up too. Like it just held up for the sense of humor. Like it was kind of like a little over the top, but it was like, I accepted it. It was funny. It made me laugh. And like I liked the gadgets. I liked the little, how he built the gadgets and how messy and ugly they looked, but they all worked. So and how like, Robin Givens' character, the reporter, was like infatuated with just how just underground and like weird and stuff that his character was, because when
Yeah.
she went down there, she's like a kid in a candy store. She was like, wow, this is like
Yeah.
you live in another world. And I'm like, yes he does, because he's crazy, but he's a genius. So
She kissed him.
she kissed him, and his brother was actually infatuated with her,
Yeah.
and like she was like, oh yeah, I didn't like the yeah, she kissed me. Like he's like, what, she kissed you? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it was probably just a friend kiss. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I didn't like how she put the tongue. I didn't appreciate the tongue. And he just goes, what? The tongue? What? It's just like, it's hilarious because obviously they give you the juxtaposition of his character compared to his brother, which I thought it was a cool touch that I didn't pay attention to before when I first watched the movie, was that he was going to karate classes, and so he knew how to whoop ass.
Yeah.
And so he's actually like a legitimate badass, and he ends up in the scenes where they have to fight, he does fight.
Yeah.
But like knowing that he's a cameraman,
Yeah.
he's not this super geek that he thinks is like touched.
Yeah.
Like you think he's the more normal of the people, and so he would have a chance, but nah, she's just super into Daryl, which is like man's name.
Yeah.
Just him and who he is, and it's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That was cool. And then the little action scenes, just the superhero scenes were pretty cool. Him like having labor, the lady that was in the elevator. Like,
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
her thing. A little shit like that. I just liked his interactions or everything, and I actually liked, like, he kind of stood into that character, that geeky character, and he did not really change in that sense. He was still that shy look character and stuff like that. It was actually really cool.
He had his code too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Yeah. So.
And then the train station motorcycle was crazy. I don't think I ever ride that shit. I'm like, fuck you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah. His little blank lair, which was like an abandoned train station.
Which I was thinking he was gonna go. I haven't watched the movie in a long ass time, and you know he goes on a little escapade with his robot buddy when they're looking for places to hide. Right?
Yeah.
He says Blankman needs a blank cave, and they stopped at a bus stop. He's like, "How about the blank stop?" He's like, "No, too cold in the winter." And then they find a train station, and the first thing I thought was it was just gonna be a fucking caravan of bums down there, because realistically, it ain't just gonna be nobody down there.
Yeah.
So, but there wasn't.
And he was a genius. So basically, he already had that track system rigged for his little motorcycle and everything. So it was actually really cool. I actually thought that was a unique villain. That was a unique vehicle.
And then the other thing, the other part of his code was that when he started doing good deeds, the neighborhood people started giving him the junk. He requested junk.
Yeah.
Like that's another little key detail, because you would think, where did he get all this stuff from? And then like there's a scene where he's the neighborhood people giving the junk, and the brother comes home. And he's like, what the hell is all this stuff in the house? And he's like, they gave me all this junk. And he's like, was there any money? And he's like, yeah, somebody gave me $5,000. He's like, but I gave it back, and I told him to send me the junk. I told him to send me all his junk. And then the brother gets pissed off, starts throwing it out, and then he just hands it, like, give it to me. And then he gives him his radio, because he throws it on the street. He's like, what the hell was that? He was like, that was your radio. He's like, and he chases him into the back. I was just like, it's so good. The interactions between them.
The bank scene was fucking crazy.
Yes.
I actually really liked how they did that scene. And then with the bomb and the mayor, like, it was too late, and they actually killed off the mayor, and that affected.
I like that he told him about the grandmother before he died.
Me too.
That was kind of.
Yeah, it kind of brought everything together with that, because he's doing it mainly for his grandmother. So he showed him that she believed in him, and he said that she was a lovely woman and stuff like that.
Yep.
They kind of discouraged him to being Blankman again. He goes back into a normal job working at McDonald's. He sees a robbery in the bus, and the lady just slaps his book out his hand, and he just goes around.
You like, weak ass.
Excuse me,
punk ass.
But then
but in the beginning, that's like before, when he had the motivation, he saved an old lady who got robbed and almost got knifed to death. So, and that's also the thing that they give you sort of that origin for everything. They show you not only his motivation, grandma was gunned down, but also because he was like an assistant, like he was like the fixer in this guy's shop. That's his shop, and he was downstairs, and he had like this chemistry set, everything set up.
Yeah,
and as like he made this sonic fly swatter because it tracked insects by listening to the vibration, like to the buzzing sound.
Yeah.
And so while that's going off, and his boss is like, "What is this thing?" and bewildered, accidentally it slams into something, breaks the little vial, the chemicals mix and land on his lab coat, and then he realizes it's fire retardant, like it doesn't burn.
It doesn't burn, and then he used a knife.
Found out later. Yeah, the part with the knife, like why that knife been so hard?
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
So like he has this material that's bulletproof or just damage resistant in general. And then that's when he goes and tries to fight the pimp, gets his ass beat, but doesn't get killed because he has the bulletproof stuff.
Shoot his head. Yeah, shoot his head.
Yeah, shoot his head. Yeah. And that's when his brother saves him, and they have this whole thing. But then also that also leads into the scene at the end where his brother, who becomes other guy, has a costume, and he goes to the criminals, "Go ahead, shoot me." And he's like trying to tell him, no, and then he gets shot. And he's like, "I meant to tell you, only mine is bulletproof," which had me pissed off. Because listen, how you gonna make other men have that ugly ass costume and not put the stuff on it, bro?
Because
like, you screwed him. You screwed him.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Blankman. And he could have, because he had a bathtub full. Just saying.
And also, like, we get introduced more into Jason Alexander's character, and he was trying to torture him and throwing the coffee on his legs. It's like, if you didn't notice,
this isn't a boil on my ass. I can't freaking feel anything. And he starts slapping him in the face. And I'm like, "You done?" And I'm like, "Damn, this character's hilarious." But also the part where he's like J. Jonah Jameson. Give me those pictures of Spider-Man, except he's like a tabloid guy. He's like the head of a tabloid, and so he wants the most raunchy thing. He has that crazy the dartboard down there where they throw a dart and they just pick anything, and they have like the craziest stuff, like the president, aliens, and S&M sex. And he's just like, that made no sense. He just threw darts at a board and was like, "Find me this story." It's like, we need the craziest shit. That's basically what they needed. And so just his mannerisms and everything, his bald cap, just had me dying. Like, it was just all around. Like, the actors in the movie like hammed it up, and it was great.
I was like, when they got trapped into like a Batman Gizmo kind of thing, and they were drowning. And J5, this is when J5 saved them and shot two holes right near where they pee at.
After he took forever and fell down. Infinite amount of steps to get there, which I thought was. But
you see them, Robin Gibbons' character and Jason Alexander all chained up into the thing, and they save Robin Gibbons' character, but the way he fucking just left his ass there.
Because they had a plan, because he knew that the bomb was gonna be safe, so because that was his boss, that was the guy's boss, so he wanted to mess with him.
Yeah, that shit had me fucking well. Yeah, like I would did the same shit.
Yep. It's just so good, very very good.
It was a very fun movie. I was very happy to see it again. I think we were looking forward to this one too, because it was not that far from the stuff we were watching. So we were like, this is the one circle we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, and then there's the infamous when Robin Gibbons' character kisses him, and he's like, and he's just like, J5, what's wrong? I don't understand. Because his character is like a super virgin, hasn't kissed anybody, so he just obviously he had an accident in his pants the first time he kissed a grown woman. Yeah, his character is just the way he does it. It's like, again, this is young Damon Wayans where he's just over the top. Yeah, and it's so funny, super funny.
It had a good ending. I actually liked how everything foiled, and just the status of this movie was just great. I actually really enjoyed it. Yep. It was very fun. So What you will give it?
I'm giving it a 4.5.
4.5.
Very funny movie.
Do you want it over Superman 2? Or wait, let me see yours. So your 4.5 is over Darkman and under Superman 2.
Over Darkman and under Superman 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fine spot.
Blank man 4.5. And I think your Batman is a 5. Okay. Mine's I put it in my list already, and it made number 6 with a 4.5 as well. So mine's is right over Darkman as well, under Superman 2.
Gotcha.
So as of right now, we have a little change in the top 10 because we actually added a movie to the top 10 because nothing has touched it. So with mine, Turtles is number 1, RoboCop's number 2, Batman's number 3, RoboCop 2 is number 4, Superman 2 is number 5, Blankman's number 6, Darkman's number 7, Flash Gordon is number 8, Batman Returns is number 9, and Superman 1 is number 10. Dick Tracy got kicked off my top 10.
Aww.
And yours, RoboCop is 1, Turtles is 2, RoboCop 2 is 3, Batman is 4, Toxic Avenger is 5, 6 is Superman 2, 7 is Blankman, 8 is Darkman, 9 is Superman the movie, and Dick Tracy is number 10. Flash Gordon got kicked off of yours.
Okay, I can live with that.
Next movie up is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, The Crow.
Okay. I have very, very limited experience with this movie. I've only seen it in passing once, and it was a TV version. So
okay. This is starring Brandon Lee. It's also the movie that he passed away through, so it kind of has like a little feeling towards it. I love this movie. It's like one of my favorites. I always watch it like once every year and shit like that. It is available on HBO Max, so it's on there. So if you have HBO Max, you can watch it there.
Gotcha.
So we got The Crow next. We got Guyver 2 following that. We have the reason for this podcast, the reason for this listing of what we did, Fantastic Four, and closing out August will be The Mask.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got some good stuff coming up, and we got some I have never seen stuff coming up. So
very, very excited for Fantastic Four.
Me too. I'm actually really excited because a lot of people, every person that said about something about Fantastic Four, they said the storyline is actually really good. It's just the costumes and shit is bad.
Yeah.
So
I know.
We'll see. So we are actually almost halfway on our list. I think I think once we get to The Mask, that's the halfway point.
Gotcha. Okay.
So far we reviewed 31 movies.
So that means we got a lot more. Damn, that means there was so much more in the 90s then.
Yeah. It started picking up later on, like 2000. That's when every fucking year we had like 3 superhero movies.
Gotcha. But
so
like
they're
so
still
99, I assume 98, 99.
Yeah.
96, 97, like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, The Crow next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's it. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Make sure you listen and follow us anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is also YouTube. That is also SoundCloud, and that is also Spotify. And make sure to check out the WordPress.
Yep.
Where you at, Mert?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and SoundCloud. All Merc with the Mic. Follow our, again, RedCycloneInc on Spotify is the easiest way to listen to all our podcasts. We do have a monthly podcast is of the Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, the Non-Trekkie podcast, and Gamer Rage podcast. We recorded Shell Shock and Not a Trekkie, so those are coming soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah, follow the Jinkies.
Now, I was told he doesn't have sandwiches, but y'all been still trying to give it to him.
If y'all could borrow that swinging foot that Blankman had and kick the sandwich out of his hands, do it.
Oh my God! When he threw
it's like a prosthetic foot.
It looked like yes, it did. It looked like a boot with the little prosthetic foot. Oh my God! Blankman's so good.
It had like the platform for like to balance the
it had like the Wayne head platform. So that probably was his real shooting. Because apparently that's a true story.
Yeah.